So my check engine light came on and it was giving me codes P0011 and P0340. So I think it was time to change my camshaft sensor and my VVT solenoid. The VVT solenoid is this component with the plug in the back. My camshaft position sensor is this component. I'm going to have to pull this whole part out. You can't really see it now it's light. But I gotta take all these parts off bracket behind here to get to it. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get it all off. So the bolts to remove the bracket covering the camshaft is this one, that one, and that bolt on the inside, all at the very bottom. And after that, then there's a plug you gotta take loose. It's this one right here. So just to let you know, getting this camshaft out ain't gonna be too easy. It gets wedged in there pretty good. I've been using different size wedges to slowly push it out. But this is the bracket I was talking about that was covering it. I've got that completely off. I decided not to unplug it. I didn't really have to. But I'm gonna keep working on this to get this to pop out. So to give an update, the head broke off. So what I ended up doing was drilling a hole inside and sticking the self drill in there. And what I've basically been doing, I put this 2x4 in place that you see right there. And I've been using a hammer, the other end of a hammer. Show you like this. To wedge up against here and pull it out slowly. And it's further than it was. It's hard for me to do it while I'm recording, so as soon as I get it out, then I'll show you. So I end up getting it out using the method with a, well, it's not really a 2x4, it's a 1x4. But I end up getting it to come out using the screw. Like I said, first I screwed, or I drilled a hole in there, and then I put the little screw in there to pull it out. But there is another method you can possibly do. If you can get you a socket, like one of these, if you put the socket over the piece, like so, and then get you a washer, put over the top of it, then come in there with the screw, going all the way into the camshaft. If you keep turning that screw, it'll pull it out. I guarantee you. I can see it. It's basically, you'll just be putting this over the front of it, like so. And then you just keep turning the screw where you got the other end right here. And eventually it'll pull that piece out if it breaks on you. Just one other way you can possibly do this. I just didn't have a long enough screw. So I just used the little 1x4 and the hammer instead. So now I gotta put these other pieces in. I'm probably gonna get that mechanism out too. And pull that piece out first. And then start pulling the other pieces in. You can see it sitting in there. That's the mechanical piece for the VVT. Since I already bought one, I'm gonna replace that too. To get this part out, you're gonna need a 15-16 socket here and here, and 2 braking bars. Because if you don't use the one down here to hold the engine, it's just gonna spin. So you need to hold that one in place with the braking bar, and then pull with that. And then this part should come out. So this is the old VVT solenoid. This is the new one. So I didn't feel too much wrong with it, but I'm still gonna change it out since I got so much of the engine torn down. I'm gonna put this in, then torque it down to about 45 foot-pounds, and then turn about 90 more degrees. And basically, it just goes into here, and you just keep turning it. Okay, I'm gonna torque it down, and then I'm gonna move forward with putting my VVT adjustment magnet, which is this piece. Goes on the outside, but this is the old one. So now I'm gonna get started on my adjustment magnet and my cam shaft position sensor. I'll probably torque these bolts down to 8 feet-pounds. Just to show I have my gasket and everything in here also. Make sure I get that lined up properly. I'll show you what it looks like after I get it installed. So I got my camshaft. I'm adjusting the magnet back on. Word of warning, before you put that bolt in, make sure you got your bracket on. If you don't, you'll be starting that bolt all the way back over again. But besides that, all that's back in place. And that bolt's gonna be a little difficult down there. So make sure you try to reach under and hand tighten it first. So now I just gotta put my water pump back on and fill it up with fluid again and test drive it. So I test drove my truck, and one of my codes went away. The P0011 code went away, but I still had the P0340 code, and it seemed like my truck was still having issues. So I went back, and what I ended up doing was reviewing my connections. The main cable connection, which is this one, this cable here, was going to this piece here. It's going all the way down and connects to the bottom of it. It's hard to show you, but it's located down to this plug. And it starts working its way back all the way around to this cable and going all the way up. And it works its way back around through here, goes all the way back to this PCM. So then, okay, I start checking the cables, and this is what I found out. Right here in this area, this cable here was rubbing against my steering column, and it actually opened up two wires. One wire was hot, the other wire was ground. Both of those wires were touching. So I had to properly cover up those wires, and you can see I've wrapped it all back up. And for the time being, I have strapped it to my power steering fluid line. I test drove it again. My P0034 went away, and I didn't feel any problems happening with my vehicle. I'll see if I can provide a screenshot of the two cables that were exposed also, if I can. But I'm assuming that this was my main cause, so might want to check this whole cable attachment. Make sure it's not rubbing against anything, because that could be an issue also if replacing all those parts didn't happen. Thanks for watching.